below. Having a successful YouTube channel takes a lot of time and energy. I use TubeBuddy because it helps save time and gives me the insight I need in order to properly optimize my videos. Learn more by the link below. As a YouTube creator, one thing I am always short on is time. I use TubeBuddy because it offers all kinds of tools that help with productivity, SEO, and community management. Learn more by the link below. TubeBuddy has been a game changer for my YouTube channel's growth. They have tons of free tools including their upload checklist. It turns out, I was missing out on some pretty crucial steps. Learn more by the link below. Why TubeBuddy is the ultimate tool for elevating your YouTube channel. Are you looking to take your YouTube channel to the next level? Whether you're a seasoned creator or just starting out, TubeBuddy is the ultimate companion to help you boost your channel's performance, efficiency, and growth. This powerful tool provides a wealth of features and functionalities designed to streamline your workflow, optimize your videos, and enhance your overall channel management. Here are some reasons why TubeBuddy stands out as the go-to solution for content creators looking to maximize their impact on YouTube. 1. Comprehensive video optimization. TubeBuddy offers robust tools for keyword research, tag suggestions, and SEO optimization, helping you maximize the discoverability of your videos and reach a broader audience. 2. A/B testing for thumbnails and titles. With TubeBuddy's A/B testing feature, you can experiment with different thumbnail designs and video titles to identify the most engaging and click-worthy options, ultimately boosting your video's performance. 3. Bulk video processing. Save time and streamline your workflow with TubeBuddy's bulk processing tools, which allow you to make simultaneous updates to multiple videos, saving you valuable time and effort. 4. In-depth analytics. Gain valuable insights into your channel's performance, audience engagement, and growth trends with TubeBuddy's comprehensive analytics, empowering you to make data-driven decisions for your content strategy. 5. Time-saving productivity tools. From advanced video scheduling and comment moderation to video syndication and tag lists, TubeBuddy offers a range of productivity tools to help you manage your channel more efficiently. 6. Community engagement features. Cultivate a vibrant and engaged community around your channel with TubeBuddy's comment filtering, subscriber outreach, and community management tools, fostering a deeper connection with your audience. 7. Organic growth and promotion. TubeBuddy provides resources for promoting your videos across social media platforms, collaborating with other creators, and leveraging promotional opportunities to fuel organic growth. TubeBuddy is a game-changing tool for any YouTube creator looking to optimize their content, engage with their audience, and drive meaningful growth for their channel. With its diverse array of features and user-friendly interface, TubeBuddy empowers creators to elevate their YouTube presence and achieve their channel's full potential. Whether you're focused on increasing views, subscribers, or overall channel performance, TubeBuddy equips you with the tools and insights needed to succeed in today's competitive YouTube landscape. Experience the difference TubeBuddy can make for your channel and unlock your path to YouTube success. Remember, success on YouTube often comes down to using the right tools, and TubeBuddy is undoubtedly a tool that no serious YouTube creator should be without. Take the decision now by clicking the link below. Also, share this video to help others who are still struggling with their channels on YouTube. Water. What is water? Water is crucial for the survival of both humans and animals. It plays a vital role in various bodily functions such as digestion, circulation, and temperature regulation. Additionally, water is essential for maintaining hydration, which is necessary for overall health and well-being. Water sources are also crucial for habitat and ecosystems in the natural environment, providing a lifeline for countless species. Access to clean water is a fundamental human right, and its availability directly impacts public health, agriculture, and economic development. Overall, water is indispensable for sustaining life on Earth. Uses of water. Water is essential for all forms of life and is used in a wide variety of ways. Some common uses of water include drinking, bathing, washing clothes and dishes, cooking, and agriculture. It is also used in industrial processes, power generation, and recreational activities. Preservation of water. Preservation of water is crucial to ensure that there is enough clean water available for current and future generations. This can be achieved through various conservation methods, such as fixing leaks, using water-efficient appliances, and practicing responsible irrigation techniques. Additionally, protecting water sources from pollution and minimizing water waste are important for preserving this precious resource. Conserving water ultimately helps to maintain ecosystems, support biodiversity, and sustain human well-being. A cute animal photo book. Pictures and names of animals. A tortoise. A monkey. Red monkey. Baboons. A gorilla. A chimpanzee. An ape. A cute animal photo book. Pictures and names of animals. A tortoise. A monkey. Red monkey. Baboons. A gorilla. A chimpanzee. An ape. A cute animal photo book. Pictures and names of animals. A tortoise. A monkey. Red monkey. Baboons. A gorilla. A chimpanzee. An ape. A cute animal photo book. Pictures and names of animals. A hyena. A squirrel. A squirrel. A beaver. A wolf. An antelope. A rock badger. A rabbit. A wild cat. A cute animal photo book. Pictures and names of animals. A hyena. A squirrel. A squirrel. A beaver. A wolf. An antelope. A rock badger. A rabbit. A wild cat. A cute animal photo book. Pictures and names of animals. A hyena. A squirrel. A squirrel. A beaver. A wolf. An antelope. A rock badger. A rabbit. A wild cat. A cute animal photo book. Pictures and names of animals. A buffalo. An ox. A bush pig. A horse. A donkey. A cow. A ram. Zebra. A cute animal photo book. Pictures and names of animals. A buffalo. An ox. A bush pig. A horse. A donkey. A cow. A ram. Zebra. A cute animal photo book. Pictures and names of animals. A buffalo. An ox. A bush pig. A horse. A donkey. A cow. A ram. Zebra. A cute animal photo book. A rat. A mouse. A shrew. A fox. A giant rat. A pest control rat. A bush baby. A grass cutter. A porcupine. A cute animal photo book. A rat. A mouse. A shrew. A fox. A giant rat. A pest control rat. A bush baby. A grass cutter. A porcupine. A cute animal photo book. a rat, a mouse, a shrew, a fox, a giant rat, a pest control rat, a bush baby, a grass cutter, a porcupine. A cute animal photo book. Pictures and names of animals. A lion, a deer, a tiger, a giraffe, an elephant, a reindeer, a leopard, a cheetah. A cute animal photo book. Pictures and names of animals. A lion, a deer, a tiger, a giraffe, an elephant, a reindeer, a leopard, a cheetah. A cute animal photo book. Pictures and names of animals. A lion, a deer, a tiger, a giraffe, an elephant, a reindeer, a leopard, a cheetah. Environmental Science. Insects and Animals Revision Quiz. Insects. The body of an insect is divided into three main parts, namely head, thorax, and abdomen. The abdomen of an insect is segmented. The insect breathes through tiny holes on its abdomen called spiracles. Insects develop through a process called metamorphosis. The two main types of metamorphosis are complete and incomplete metamorphosis. Complete metamorphosis occurs when insects undergo 4 stages of development, namely egg, larva, pupa, and adult. Incomplete metamorphosis occurs when insects undergo 3 stages of development, namely egg, nymph, and adult. Insects that undergo complete metamorphosis are flies, butterflies, and mosquitoes. Insects that undergo incomplete metamorphosis are grasshoppers, dragonflies, and crickets. Insects that carry diseases from one person to another are called vectors, e.g. mosquitoes. Some harmful insects and their diseases are 1. The house flea causes dysentery, cholera, diarrhea. 2. The female Anopheles mosquito spreads malaria fever. 3. The Culex mosquito causes yellow fever. 4. The tiger mosquito causes elephantiasis. 5. The tsetse fly causes sleeping sickness. 6. Lice cause typhus fever. 7. Ticks cause relapsing fever. 8. The parasites that attack crops are called pest. Animals. 2 main categories of animals are vertebrates and invertebrates. Animals with backbones are called vertebrates. Animals without backbones are called invertebrates, e.g. earthworms, insects, snails, crabs, etc. In relation to their feeding habits, animals are in 3 groupings, namely herbivores, omnivores, and carnivores. Flesh-eating animals are called carnivorous animals or carnivores, e.g. lion, hyena. Grass-eating animals are called herbivores or herbivorous animals, e.g. elephants, goats, cows, etc. Both flesh and grass-eating mammals or animals are called omnivores, e.g. man. There are also several classes of animals. 5 of them are mammals, birds, fish, reptiles, and amphibians. Animals that have backbones and breastfeed their young ones are called mammals. Omnivores and mammals of the higher class are called primates, e.g. man and gorilla. Animals whose body temperature remains the same wherever they go are called warm-blooded animals, e.g. mammals. Animals with scales on their body are called reptiles, e.g. turtles and tortoises, snakes and lizards, crocodiles and alligators, and twattera. Animals whose body temperature changes according to the environment where they are called cold-blooded animals, e.g. reptiles. Animals that live both on land and in water are called amphibians, e.g. toads, frogs, and crocodiles. Animals that have feathers and are born out of hard-shelled eggs are called birds. Some top birds of the world are the mourning dove, the northern cardinal, the American crow, the blue jay, the song sparrow, the red-winged blackbird, and the European starling. Birds that move from place to place due to climate changes are called migratory birds, e.g. the cattle egrets. The keel-billed toucan, also called rainbow toucans, is one of the prettiest birds in the world. Animals with backbones, also known as vertebrates, that live in water and have gills, scales, and fins on their body are called fish. The biggest animal in the world is the Antarctic blue whale. If this presentation has helped you, subscribe, like and share with friends. Follow the link below for more. Environmental Science Revision Quiz on Importance of Plants and Seed Dispersal for Kids 4 through 12. Plants. Plants that have nodules on their roots are called leguminous plants. Leguminous plants help to fertilize the soil with their nodules. Examples of leguminous plants are beans and groundnuts. Leguminous plants kill grass on the farm and also act as green manure. A process where a strong solution in the plant draws a weaker solution from the soil through a thin membrane is known as osmosis. The opposite of osmosis is plasmolysis. The force that draws water from the roots of plants right up to the leaves of plants is known as root pressure. The stronger solution found in the plant that helps during osmosis is called cell sap solution. What occurs when the soil solution is stronger than the cell sap solution in the plant? Plasmolysis. Wilting in plants is caused by plasmolysis. Seed dispersal. The different methods of seeds dispersal are by seed, for example, corn, beans, pumpkin. By cutting, for example, cassava, some flowers. By suckers, for example, bananas. By buds, for example, pineapple. By bulbs, for example, onion. Importance of plants to man. Plants provide us with food, fiber, shelter, oils, coal, medicine, and foil. The basic food for all organisms is produced by green plants. In the process of food production, plants produce one essential need of our life, which is oxygen. They also provide us with the raw material needed to make shelter, clothing, medicines, and foils. Some very beneficial plants to man are aloe vera. We know aloe vera as nature's answer to bad sunburns, skin irritations, etc. Fern. The fern is known by researchers for its ability to purify the air. Lavender. Lavender is a beautiful flowering plant well known for its pleasing aroma. Orchids. Orchids are beautiful indoor flowers. They can improve sleep and promote relaxation. Rosemary. Rosemary is very medicinal. Simply smelling the rosemary plant has been shown to improve memory and concentration. Snake plant. Pretty, snaky, and jungle-like, this plant is a perfect addition to your home decoration and overall wellness. A snake plant also absorbs chemical particles in the air, and can turn carbon dioxide into oxygen easily. If this lesson has helped you, subscribe, like and share with friends. Check the links and page list below for more. Environmental Science Revision on Migration for Kids 4 through 12. Migration. Migration is the movement of people from one place to another. There are two types of migration, namely national and international migration. The movement of people from one country to another is known as international or external migration. The movement of people from one place to another in the same country is known as national or internal migration. The movement of people from one rural area to another rural area is known as rural migration. The movement of people from rural areas to urban areas is known as rural-urban migration. The movement of people from one urban area to another urban area is known as urban migration. Some reasons why people migrate are to look for jobs, to look for greener pastures for their animals, To look for fertile soil to cultivate some crops. To enjoy social amenities not found in their areas. Transfer of workers by the government. Business transactions. Seeking university education. Running away from bad traditional practices. Medical facilities like good hospitals. Some consequences of migration are: old people left in the villages may not be able to work and feed themselves. This leads to hunger. The towns become overcrowded. Some rural areas become abandoned. It may lead to pollution and health problems. Some activities and attractions of the rural area include hunting, weaving, farming, animal rearing, craft work, traditional ceremonies and festivals, folklore. Low level of pollution. Some problems of the rural areas are: lack of farm-to-market roads, lack of pipe-borne water, traditional religion practices, high level of illiteracy, lack of electricity, lack of communication facilities. If this presentation on migration has helped you, subscribe, like and share with friends. Environmental Science Revision on Matter and the Environment for Kids 4 through 12. The surroundings where man, animals, and plants live is called the environment. There are three kinds of environments. They include the atmosphere, the soil, and water environments. Anything that exists in each of the environments listed above is called matter. There are two types of matter, namely organic matter and inorganic matter. Organic matter, it is made up of all living things and each has weight and occupies space. Organic matter usually dies and decays. Examples of organic matter include plants, food, animals, fruits, etc. Some positive effects of organic matter are: they serve as homes to other living organisms. When they decompose or decay, they form manure. Their waste products enrich the soil. Plants help to purify the air during the process of photosynthesis. Some negative effects of organic matter are that when it decays, it produces bad odor. When poorly handled, they pollute the environment. Some animals and birds destroy some plants and crops in the environment. The waste products of animals pollute the environment. Inorganic matter is made up of non-living matter that has weight and occupies space. Some characteristics of inorganic matter are: they are non-living. They are very hard. They are very heavy. They hardly decompose. Examples of inorganic matter include stones, iron, sand, soil, water, etc. Man-made matter are things man has used to produce which make life easier. Some organic matter have been transformed by man as follows: the making of fruit juice from various plant fruits, the making of butter from animal fat, the production of wool, leather, and dresses from the skin of some animals, the production of paper from plants. Some inorganic matter has been transformed by man as follows: stones are shaped to build houses. Sand and cement are mixed with water to make blocks. Iron is cut into rods. Dead wood is used to make furniture. If this presentation has helped you, subscribe, like and share for more. Environmental Science Revision on Nature Reserves. Forest and Park Reserves. A forest is a large area of land occupied by very many trees and undergrowth with a variety of animals living in it. The forest brings rain to the environment. The barks of some trees are used as medicines. Trees provide us with timber. They serve as home for many animals. They provide the country with money. Deforestation. The act of cutting down trees in the forest without replacement is known as deforestation. Some causes of deforestation are: forests are cleared to make room for animal feed crops and grazing pastures. Wood is needed for paper and construction. Large portions of our forests are cut down in order to build houses and produce furniture. A growing global population leads to the expansion of cities and highways to make room for people, cars, and trucks. Dangers of deforestation are: deforestation reduces the amount and frequency of rainfall, which can lead to drought. It may lead to complete loss of timber for construction. It exposes the soil, which leads to erosion and flooding. It decreases soil fertility because of the erosion. It leads to global warming due to too much accumulation of carbon dioxide in the air. It leads to loss of habitat for plants and animal species. Some ways of preserving the forest are: forest reserves and national parks should be created to protect some plants and animals. Some important forest plants should be planted mostly in areas where trees have been cut down. Zoos should be created to cater for some important and endangered species of animals. Laws should be enacted by the government to control and protect the forest. Defaulters of these laws should be made to compensate damage. Here's a list of some of the best nature reserves in the world that are worth a visit. American Prairie Reserve, Amazon Rainforest, South America. Congo Rainforest, Africa. Valdivian Temperate Rainforest, South America. Tongass, North America. Rainforest of Xishuangbanna. Sundarbans National Park. Daintree Forest, Australia. The Australian Great Barrier Reef. Kinabalu National Park. Sindharaja Forest Reserve, Sri Lanka. Mindonambilo Cloud Forest, South America. Chinzulu Island. If this presentation has helped you, subscribe, like and share for more. Environmental Science Revision on Pollution of the Environment for Kids 4 through 12. Pollution of the environment. When gases, smoke, and chemicals are introduced into the environment in large doses that makes it harmful for humans, animals and plants, it is known as pollution. There are three main types of pollution, namely air pollution, water pollution, and land or soil pollution. The addition of toxic or poisonous substances into water which destroys the quality of water, making it unfit for drinking, is termed water pollution. Some water pollutants include excess organic matter, petroleum products, agricultural chemicals, household waste, sewage. Dangers of water pollution are: water animals such as fish may die. Many waterborne diseases are transmitted. Polluted water becomes dirty and unfit for drinking. Contaminated water can harbor bacteria, such as those responsible for diarrhea, cholera, dysentery, typhoid, hepatitis A, and polio. Prevention of water pollution. Sewage should be properly treated before disposal. Avoid using poisonous chemicals on crops, especially during the rainy season. Chemicals from industries should be treated before disposing in water. Avoid throwing household waste into water. Soil pollution. This is the release of toxic poisonous substances to the soil which make it harmful to man and his environment. Some soil pollutants include household waste such as plastic that do not decompose easily. Industrial products like fertilizers that do not decompose cause soil pollution. Engine oil from vehicles. Dangers of soil pollution. Heaps of dirt may serve as breeding grounds for dangerous animals. Oils split onto the soil may destroy soil organisms. Urine passed out carelessly on the soil contains acids which destroy organisms. Prevention of soil pollution. Pits should be dug far from houses where household waste can be dumped. Dustbins with covers should be kept around houses, classroom, offices, etc. Avoid urinating or defecating carelessly on the ground. Contaminated soil should be treated before growing crops. Air pollution. Air pollution is the addition of poisonous gases into the atmosphere. Some air pollutants include toxic gases from industries, carbon monoxide from exhausts of cars and motorcycles, carbon dioxide from fermented organic material, smoke from burnt material. Some dangers of air pollution are: it causes irritation of the eyes. It causes respiratory diseases. Poisonous gases destroy crops and may lead to hunger. Poisonous gases spread airborne diseases. Some ways of preventing air pollution are: Exhausts of cars should be cleaned very often. Good wood should be used to make fire. All solid and liquid waste should be properly disposed of. All industrial gas should be transformed into harmless substances. If this presentation has helped you, subscribe for more, like and share with friends. Environmental Science Revision on Weather Observation and Climate for Kids 4 through 12. Weather observation. The atmospheric condition of a place is called weather. These atmospheric conditions include rainfall, sunshine, temperature, clouds, wind speed and direction, humidity, air pressure, etc. Weather is studied and recorded in a station called meteorological station or weather station. The thermometer is used to measure temperature. The various thermometers are clinical thermometer used to measure body temperature, an industrial thermometer used to measure very high temperatures in industries. The wind vane is used to determine the direction of the wind. The anemometer is used to determine the speed of the wind. The rain gauge is used to measure the amount of rainfall. The barometer is used to measure air pressure. The hygrometer is used to measure the humidity of the atmosphere. The ceilometers is used to measure the height of the cloud. The process whereby water changes to vapor and rises into the atmosphere is called evaporation. Condensed water found on grass in the morning is called dew. Water vapor hanging in the atmosphere near the earth and difficult to see through is called fog. Water vapor near the Earth's surface lighter than fog is called mist. A mass of smoke duct and visible water vapor in the air is called clouds. There are 4 kinds of clouds, namely nimbus cloud, cumulus cloud, stratus cloud, and cirrus cloud. Nimbus cloud. It is not far above the Earth's surface. It is dark gray and usually brings rain. Cumulus cloud. It is also gray in color but lighter than nimbus cloud. It also brings rain. Stratus cloud. It is lighter, high up the sky, it is whitish and usually indicates a good weather. Cirrus cloud. It is white in color and very high up the sky, it indicates very good weather. People who observe or research on weather are called meteorologists. Meteorologists are often referred to on the news as weather forecasters. Climate. The weather conditions prevailing in an area in general or over a long period is referred to as. What are the different climate types? They are tropical climate, dry/desert or arid climate, temperate climate, continental climate, polar climate. A climate situation where cold air masses infiltrate during the winter and warm air masses form in summer under conditions of high sun and long days is known as continental climate. The parts of the world where the continental climate exists include much of North America, central Russia, and Siberia. The warm and wet climate experienced by places found on or close to the equator is known as tropical climate. The tropical climate is also known as equatorial climate. The parts of the world where a tropical or equatorial climate exists include the equator, and parts of North America, South America, Africa, Asia, and Australia. Dry places with bald, rocky, or sandy surfaces that receive little or almost no rainfall with very hot or very cold temperatures are experiencing the dry or desert climate, also known as arid climate. The parts of the world where a desert climate exists include North Africa, the American Southwest, the Southern Andes, and Western Australia. Environments with moderate rainfall spread across the year or portion of the year with sporadic drought found closer to the poles are experiencing the temperate climate. The parts of the world where a temperate climate exists include Canada and Alaska. Regions around the poles that are characterized by a lack of warm summers, very cold and with a lot of snow are experiencing the polar climate. The parts of the world where a polar climate exists include Greenland, Siberia, and Antarctica. If this presentation has helped you, subscribe to be notified when subsequent ones come up. Like and share with friends. Environmental Science Revision 2. Revision on stems, roots, and photosynthesis for kids 4 through 12. Stems. The tree part that supports the leaves, flowers, and fruits is known as the stem. Stems are divided into two groups: those that grow above the ground, and those that grow underground. Those that grow above the ground include erect stem. For example, palm tree, coconut, and iroko. Creeping stem. For example, Bahama grass and sweet potatoes. And climbing stem. For example, yam and beans. Those that grow underground are suckers, e.g. plantains and pineapple. Rhizomes. For example, elephant grass. Bulbs. For example, onion. And tubers, e.g. Irish potatoes, carrots. Stems hold the branches in a better position to trap sunlight. Stems are also a pathway for water from the soil to the leaves and for food from the leaves to the roots. Stems also store nutrients, and produces new living tissue. What does climbing stems use when growing? Tendrils for attachment. Roots. 4 types of roots include tap roots. For example, mango tree. Fibrous roots. For example, maize. Prop roots. For example, silk cotton. And adventitious roots. For example, grass. Some functions of the roots of the plants are: roots hold the plant firm in the soil. Roots absorb water from the soil. Roots store food for the plant. Roots are used as medicine. Plants also breathe through tiny holes on their roots and stems called lenticels. Photosynthesis. The process by which plants prepare their food in the presence of carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, and chlorophyll is known as photosynthesis. Photosynthesis takes place only during the day. During the process of photosynthesis, oxygen is produced, hence purifying the atmosphere. During the day, plants take in carbon dioxide and send out oxygen, while during the night they take in oxygen and send out carbon dioxide. Photosynthesis takes place only in green plants. The green coloring matter or pigment on green plants is due to chlorophyll. Chlorophyll makes leaves green. The two main parts of a chloroplast are the grana and stroma. To perform photosynthesis, plants need 4 things: carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, and chlorophyll. The first stage of photosynthesis captures energy from the sun to break down water molecules. The second stage of photosynthesis is the Calvin cycle. If this presentation has helped you, subscribe to be notified when subsequent ones come up. Like and share with friends. Revision on general knowledge. Geography. Revision on the geography of the world. The Earth makes 2 kinds of movement, namely rotation and revolution. The movement of the Earth on its axis every 24 hours, that is 1 day, is known as rotation. The movement of the Earth round the Sun on its orbit every 365 1/4 days, that is 1 year, is called revolution. The Earth rotates on its axis. The Earth revolves on its orbits. Rotation of the Earth causes day and night, tides, and the raising of the Sun from the east and setting in the west. Revolution causes the dry and wet season in Africa and in Europe. Winter, spring, summer, and autumn, also known as fall in some countries. The solar system is made up of the Sun, the Moon, the stars, and the planets. Planets are spherical bodies that move round the Sun. The largest planet is Jupiter. The smallest, nearest, and hottest planet is Mercury. The Sun is the center of the solar or planetary system, and does not move. The Earth is the 3rd planet from the Sun. The farthest planet from the Sun, Pluto, The only planet that supports life because it has oxygen and water is Earth. The satellite of the Earth is the Moon. The Moon has no light of its own, the Moon gets its light from the Sun. The Earth is spherical in shape resembling an egg. A collection of stars is called a galaxy. The name giving to the Earth and the 9-planet is the universe. The Sun is about 150 million kilometers away from the Earth. There are 9 planets in all, namely Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. The partial or complete blockage of light from the Sun by heavenly bodies is called an eclipse. When the Moon comes between the Sun and the Earth, thereby blocking sunlight from reaching the Earth, it is known as eclipse of the Sun or solar eclipse. What does the Moon do during a solar eclipse? The Moon casts a shadow onto Earth. A day is 24 hours. A long day has 13 hours of sunlight and 11 hours of darkness. Lands around the Arctic and Antarctic circles or around the North and South poles are called lands of the midnight sun. This is because during summer, the sun remains shining for 24 hours a day or all day long. Summer solstice is when the sun is overhead. The topic of Cancer. On the 21st of June every year. Winter solstice is when the sun is overhead. The Tropic of Capricorn. On the 22nd of December. When the Earth comes between the Sun and the Moon, thereby blocking sunlight from reaching the Moon, this is known as eclipse of the Moon, or lunar eclipse. Periods of the year when the Sun is furthest from the equator are called solstices. There are 2 solstices, summer and winter solstices. Equal days and equal nights are called equinoxes. There are 2 kinds of equinoxes, namely spring equinox and autumnal equinox. We usually have equal day and night all over the world on March 21st and September 23rd. The capital of Britain is London. France is found in the continent of Europe. The capital of the USA is Washington, D.C. The main highlands in America are the Appalachian and the Rockies. The longest river in USA and second in the world is River Mississippi. The coldest place in the USA is Alaska. The motor car capital of the world is Detroit in America. The country that landed the first man, Neil Armstrong, on the moon was USA. The tallest buildings in the world are found in New York, called skyscrapers. The USA president lives in the White House. The largest country in Asia is India. The capital of India is New Delhi. The main river in India is River Ganges, also known as the Ganga. The rainiest place in the world is Cherrapunji in India. The only country in the world that cremates or burn dead bodies is India. The main religion in India is Hinduism. The capital of China is Beijing. The most thickly populated country in the world is China. The main religion in China is Buddhism. The largest river in China is River Shanghai. The capital of Russia is Moscow. The world's largest producer of coffee in the world is Brazil. The most mountainous country in the Europe is Switzerland. The temperate grassland of Argentina is called Pampas of Argentina. The temperate grassland of Canada and North America is called the Prairie of Canada or of North America. The temperate grassland of Russia is called the Steppes of Russia. Other temperate grasslands of the world are the Veldt of South Africa, the Downs of Australia, the Plains of Mongolia. Other tropical grasslands of the world are the Campos of Brazil, the Savannah of West Africa, the Sudan of East Africa, Llanos of South Africa, the Queensland of Australia, the Canterbury of New Zealand. There are 2 main forest regions in the world, namely tropical forest and coniferous forests. The Suez Canal links the Red Sea to the Mediterranean Sea. The Panama Canal in Central America links the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean. This St. Lawrence waterway links the Great Lake region of Central America to the Atlantic Ocean. Revision on living and non-living things. The seed. The flower. Pollination. And the leaf. Living and non-living things. Anything that has weight or mass and occupies space or has volumes is called matter. Matter is never created or destroyed, it only changes form. Matter is anything around you, living or non-living, that you can see, touch, smell or feel. Matter can be solids, liquids, gases, plasma. The characteristics of living matter include movement, nutrition, reproduction, excretion, respiration, growth, and irritability. Examples of dead or non-living matter are stone, water, air, sunlight, temperature, water, air, wind, rocks, and soil. Examples of living matter are flowers, trees, animals, human beings, birds, insects, fungi. Examples of transformed matter are pen, chair, bed sheets, paper, bed, book, clothes, bag. What can living things do and what can non-living things not do? Living things can grow, can move, can feel, can breath, can reproduce, need water and food to survive. Die. Non-living things cannot grow, cannot move, cannot feel, cannot breath, cannot reproduce, neither eats nor drink. Don't die. Either broken or get damaged. The seed. A young plant at its dormant stage ready to germinate when conditions become favorable is called seed. The part of the seed known as the real seed where the plumule and the radicle start growing is called the embryo. The first shoot of a germinating plant is called the plumule. The first root of a germinating plant is the radicle. The conditions necessary for seed germination include sufficient warmth, fertile soil, air, and a good seed. A germination where the seed leaves are carried above the soil is called epigeal germination. A germination where the seed leaves are left in the soil is called hypogeal germination. Species or plants that germinate with more than one embryonic or seed leaf is called dicotyledonous or dicots. Species or plants with one seed leaf or cotyledon are called monocotyledonous or monocots. Examples of monocots are bamboo, bananas, corn, garlic, ginger, onions, rice, sugarcane, tulips, and wheat. Monocots are mostly bulbing plants and grains. Examples of dicots are apples, beans, broccoli, carrots, cauliflower, cosmos, daisies, peppers, potatoes, roses, sweet potatoes. Dicots are garden flowers, the cabbage family. Seed dispersal. The spreading of seeds from the parent plant to other areas. Seed dispersal. The agents of seed dispersal include the wind, water, man, and animals, and by explosion. Cotton seed. Examples of seeds spread by man and animals are pepper, pear. A plant with one growing season is called an annual plant. A plant with more than two growing seasons is called a perennial plant. The flower. The brightly colored parts of a flower are called the petals. Many petals form the corolla. The ovule style and stigma form the female part of the flower called the pistil. The anthers, pollen grains, and filaments, male part of a flower called the stamen. The pollen grains and the ovules to form seeds is called fertilized. Male parts on the same body is a hermaphrodite, maize, earthworm. Pollination. The transfer of pollen grains from the anthers to the stigma of plants is called pollination. The transfer of pollen grains from the anthers to the stigma of the same plant is called self-pollination. The transfer of pollen grains from the anthers to the stigma of another plant of the cross-pollination. Insect-pollinated flowers are brightly colored and are pollinated by insects. Wind-pollinated flowers are dull in color and are pollinated by the wind. Insect-pollinated flowers contain sweet juice called nectar. Fruits which when dry split releasing their seeds are called dehiscent fruits, e.g. beans. Fruits which do not release their seeds when dry are called indehiscent fruits. Leaves. There are two main types of leaves, namely simple. A simple leaf is one that has only one leaflet. A compound leaf is one that has many leaflets on the same stalk. The functions of the leaves to the plant include food preparation, that is photosynthesis, respiration, and transpiration. Plants breathe through tiny holes on the leaves called stomata. The stomata are formed on the lower rough surface or back part of the leaf. The sending out of excess water by plants through the stomata on the leaves is called transpiration. If this presentation has helped you, subscribe, like and share with friends. Revision on general knowledge. Geography. Revision on the geography of the world. Imaginary circles or lines on Earth parallel to the equator measured in degrees north and south of the equator are called latitudes. Imaginary lines running from north to south pole measured in degrees east and west of the Greenwich meridian are called longitudes. They are also called meridians. There are 360-degree lines of longitude divided up into 24 groups of 15 degrees each. An area of 15 degrees of longitudes is called a time zone and has its own. There are two kinds of time. Local and time recorded from the position of the midday sun, 12 o'clock noon, is known as local time. The local time of a particular place used all over the world is known as standard time. The standard time of the whole world is the GMT, Greenwich Meridian Time or Universal Time. The Greenwich Meridian passes through two towns, namely Accra in Ghana and Greenwich in Britain. 15 degrees of longitude marks a difference in time of 1 hour. The Earth rotates from west to east. So places in the east will see the sun before places in the west. Longitudes are used to calculate local time. Lines of longitudes and latitudes are used to locate places on the Earth's surface. The international date line which when crossed, a day is lost or gained is longitude 180 degree. Longitudes and latitudes also help captains of ships and pilots of planes during their journeys. Longitudes and latitudes divide the world into major climate zones, namely North and South Tropical or Torrid Zone, with hottest climate, North and South Temperate Zone, with moderate climate, and the North and South Frigid Zone, cold deserts. The most important latitude is latitude 0 degree, which is the equator. The equator is also known as latitude 0 degree, a line that divides the world into two hemispheres or equator. The Greenwich meridian is also known as longitude 0 degree. A large body of land fully or partially or completely surrounded by water is called a continent. Large bodies of salty water which surround the continents are called oceans. The most important and busiest ocean is the world is the Atlantic Ocean. The deepest ocean is the Pacific Ocean. The largest ocean is the Pacific Ocean. The coldest ocean is the Arctic Ocean. The largest continent of the world is Asia. The second largest continent is Africa. The smallest continent is Australia. The inhabitants of Greenland are called Eskimos. The largest island in world is Greenland. The highest mountain range in the world is the Himalayas. The highest mountain in the world is Mt. Everest in Naples, China. The Earth is usually referred to as the world. The world resembles world map. 29% of the Earth's surface is made up of land, while 71% is made up of water. Examples of hot deserts in the world are Sahara, Atacama, and Kalahari. The Sahara Desert is found in North Africa. The Kalahari Desert is found in South Africa. The hottest desert in the world is the Sahara Desert. The ship of the hot deserts is the camel. The coldest desert in the world is Northern Siberia. The ship of the cold desert is the reindeer. There are 5 oceans in the world, namely Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Arctic, and Antarctic Oceans. Large bodies of water partly enclosed by land are called seas. The largest sea in the world is the Mediterranean Sea. Large bodies of water completely surrounded by land are called lakes. A large body of land surrounded by water is called island. The largest lake in the world is called Caspian Sea. Revision on general knowledge. Geography. Revision on the geography of Africa. The sea that lies in the north of Africa is the Mediterranean Sea. To the west and south of Africa lies the Atlantic Ocean. The ocean on the east of Africa is the Indian Ocean. How many countries are there in Africa? 54 countries. An inland drainage lake in Africa is Lake Chad. The Great Rift Valley is found in the East Africa. The largest natural lake in Africa is Lake Victoria. The Lake Tanganyika is found in Tanzania. Important digressional lakes in Africa are Lake Victoria and Lake Chad, Lake Volta and Akosombo in Ghana, Lake Kinji in Nigeria and Lake Lagdo in Cameroon are artificial or man-made lakes in Africa. The largest island in Africa is Madagascar. The highest mountain in Africa is Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. The highest mountain in West and Central Africa is Mount Cameroon, also known as Mount Fako or Mount Boia. The longest river in Africa is River Nile. The largest river in Africa is River Congo. The River Niger takes its rise from the Footajalon Highlands. The White and the Black Volta rivers are found in Ghana. River Zambezi and River Orange are found in South Africa. River Benue in Cameroon takes its rise from the Adamawa Plateau. Dibunkia in Cameroon is the wettest place in Africa and in Cameroon. A hot desert in South Africa is the Kalahari and Namib deserts. A hot desert in North Africa is the Sahara Desert. The tropical grassland of Africa is called grasslands of South Africa are called the veldt of South Africa. Stunted or short are called shrubs. Another name for the equatorial rainforest is the tropical forest or evergreen forest. The population of Africa is about 1.3 billion people. 2021 statistics. The population density of Africa is 45 per kilometer square, that is 117 people per mile square. Fertile places in the hot desert are called oasis. The camel is also known as the sheep of the desert. The hottest desert in Africa and the world is the Sahara Desert. The most thickly populated country in Africa is Nigeria. The most thickly populated city of Africa is Cairo. A main road that links many countries of Africa is known as the Trans-African Road. The second largest continent is Africa. The largest waterfall in Africa is the Victoria Fall. The largest country on the land surface in Africa is the Democratic Republic of Congo. The smallest and least populated country in Africa is Seychelles. The last African country to gain independence is Southern Sudan. Its capital is Juba. The most developed country in Africa is the Republic of South Africa. The Lake District in Africa is in East Africa. The nation within a nation in Africa is Lesotho. An important watershed of West Africa is the Footajalon Highlands. The chief producer of cocoa in Africa is Côte d'Ivoire. The chief producer of tea in Africa is Kenya. The most mountainous part of Africa is East Africa. Revision on general knowledge. History. The Renaissance, the Reformation, and The Industrial Revolution. A period where there was great desire for knowledge was known as the Renaissance. The Renaissance started in Italy. Another name for Renaissance is reawakening or rebirth of learning. What is another name for the reawakening of learning? The revival of learning. The person who painted the Transfiguration was Raphael. The person who established the first printing press was John Gutenberg. The man who printed many books during the Renaissance was William Caxton. The person who painted the Last Supper was Leonardo da Vinci. The Reformation. A movement that in the 16th century that brought changes in the Catholic Church and gave rise to Protestantism was known as the Reformation. The 95 points against the Catholic Church were written by Martin Luther. The Renaissance started in Italy while the Reformation started in Germany. One cause of the Reformation was the sales of indulgences. The person who founded the Jesuit Society was Ignacio Loyola. The father of Reformation was Martin Luther. The father of Reformation was Martin Luther while the father of navigation was Prince Henry the Navigator. Who was sent to preach the indulgence in Germany? Tetzel. Who was known as the morning star of the Reformation? John Wycliffe. One main effect of the Reformation was that it caused the establishment of Protestantism. A change from handmade things to the use of machines was known as the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution started in Germany and it covered the period 1607–1830. And dates were James Watt. First reliable steam engine. 1775. Eli Whitney cotton gin. Interchangeable parts for muskets. 1793 to 1798. Orville and Wilbur Wright. First airplane. 1903. Samuel F. B. Morse. The telegraph. 1836. Elias Howe. Sewing machine. 1844. Isaac Singer. Improves and markets House sewing machine. 1851. Cyrus Field. Transatlantic cable. 1800. Alexander Graham Bell. 1876. Thomas Edison. Phonograph and incandescent bulb. 1879. Nikola Tesla. Induction electric motor. 1888. Rudolf Diesel. Diesel engine. 1892. Henry Ford. Model T Ford End. Large-scale moving assembly line. 1908 to 1913. Robert Fulton. Regular steamboat service on the Hudson River. 1807. Revision on general knowledge. History. Ancient civilization. The conditions necessary for civilization and settled life were fertile soil, good climate, cheap transport, and safety from attacks. The places in the world where ancient civilization first started were called cradles of civilization. The objects found by archaeologists in Egypt were coins, tools and jewelries. The Egyptian kings were called pharaohs. Pyramids were built to be royal tombs for the kings of Egypt. Egypt is referred to as the gift of the Nile. It is often said that no Nile, no Egypt. The man who caused the fall of ancient Egypt was Alexander the Great. The most important city of Mesopotamia was Babylon. The founder of Christianity was Jesus Christ. The followers of Jesus Christ are called Christians. The holy book of the Christians is called the Holy Bible. The Greeks were united by language, trade, and Olympic Games. The Olympic Games started in Greek on Mount Olympus. The most powerful military Greek city-state was called Sparta. The founder of Rome was Romulus. The first emperor of the Roman Empire was Augustus Caesar. Hannibal, the greatest Carthaginian general, was defeated by Scipio Africanus of Rome. The chief god of Rome was known as Jupiter. The wars fought between Rome and Carthage were called the Punic Wars. A warlike tribe that destroyed the Roman Empire were the barbarians. A spiritual land where Muslims go on pilgrimage is called Mecca. The followers of Muhammad were called Muslims. Muslims worship it. The flight of Moses from Mecca to Medina was called the Hijra. Wars fought between Muslims and Christians were called the Crusades or Wars of the Cross. The Roman numerals were invented by the Romans. The period in history between the Dark and Modern Ages was known as the Middle Age. The Carthaginian who arrived Mount Cameroon about 500 BC and saw it erupting was called Hanno. Hanno named Mount Cameroon the Chariot of the Gods. Civilization in Africa started in Egypt, along the river Nile. The cradles of civilization in Africa were what is referred to as land between two rivers. Mesopotamia, now Iraq. In Mesopotamia, civilization started along the rivers Tigris and Euphrates. The Egyptian kings were known as pharaohs. The ancient Egyptian writing was called Babylonian writing was known as cuneiform. The ancient Chinese writing was also called characters. The Egyptians wrote on papers called papyrus while the Mesopotamians wrote on stones tablets. The Egyptians invented the first calendar in the year 4241 BC. An ancient form of irrigation used by the Egyptian, a long pole with a bucket on one end and a weight on the other was known as shaduf.
Grammarly's Effective Communication Score, a single snapshot of how well your company communicates. Grammarly is the best investment to improve org-wide collaboration. Now you can see why. This is effective communication made actionable. Know your score.
Introducing the all-new Buick Enclave, with premium details throughout and room to bring everything along for the ride. The Enclave puts you at the center of it all. Buick, exceptional by design.
Revision on general knowledge. History. The empires of the Western Sudan. From the late 8th to 15th centuries, a series of major kingdoms emerged in the Sudanic zone between the Niger River and the Atlantic, known in the history of Africa as the empires of the Western Sudan. There were 4 empires of the Western Sudan, which was the first. Ghana, 7th to 11th century. The first inhabitants of the Ghana Empire were the Sinink peoples, which was the capital of the Ghana Empire. Kumbisale. The first king of the Ghana Empire was King Kayamagan. The king of Ghana who conquered several neighboring states was King Sumanguru. Ghana Empire was conquered by the Almoravids. The fall of Ghana gave rise to the Mali Empire, 13th to 15th century, who defeated Sumanguru and founded a new Sudanese empire, Mali. Sundiata Keita, who was the first king of the Mali Empire. Sundiata Keita. Musa Musa of Mali was known as the Great Musa because he made a pilgrimage to Mecca. The capital of Mali was Niani. The trade practiced by ancient Ghana where goods were exchanged for goods was known as silent trade or trade by barter. The original inhabitants of the Ghana Empire were the Sininks. The Ghana Empire was rich in gold. The immediate cause of the fall of the Ghana Empire was the rise of the Mali Empire. The first king of the Songhai Empire, 1464 to 1591, was Soni Ali Kolon. The capital of the Songhai Empire was Gao, who was considered as the greatest Askia of the Songhai Empire. Mohammed Abu Bakr. The civilization that gave rise to the Kanem-Bornu Empire was the Sao civilization. The capital of the Kanem-Bornu Empire was Njeri. Revision on general knowledge. History. The Age of Discovery. Slavery and slave trade. End. The World Wars. The person who discovered the New World, America, was called Christopher Columbus. Who discovered the sea route to India? Vasco da Gama. Who drew the first map of the world? Toscanini. The power of gravitation was discovered by Isaac Newton. The flying shuttle was invented by John Kay, while the telescope was invented by Galileo Galilei. Electric motor was invented by Michael Faraday, while Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. The locomotive was invented by George Stephenson, while the steam engine was invented by James Watt. The art of making tarred roads was discovered by John Macadam. The founder of Christianity was Jesus Christ, while the founder of Islam was Muhammad. The Cameroonian king who invented his own code of writing was Sultan Njoya, who discovered the Cape of Storms, which is also known as the Cape of Good Hope. Bartholomew Diaz. The man who attempted to sail around the world was Ferdinand Magellan. The one who sailed round the world was Francis Drake. John Gutenberg started the printing press in Germany. America was named after a man called Amerigo Vespucci. Slavery and slave trade. A trade in human beings was known as slave trade. A situation where human beings are deprived of their rights and freedom is known as slavery. The person who fought hard for the abolition of slave trade was William Wilberforce. Most of the slaves during the slave trade came from Africa. The first slave boy to be set free was called James Somerset. One slave market in Africa was Timbuktu. The first Englishman to trade in slaves was John Hawkins. Freed slaves in Africa settled in Sierra Leone. The movement of slaves, goods, raw material between Africa, Europe, and South America was known as the triangular slave trade. Laws against the abolition of slave trade were passed by the British Parliament. The World Wars. The First World War started in the year 14. The First World War ended in the teen. The immediate cause of the First World War was the assassination of Franz Ferdinand, Archduke of Austria. The First World War was fought in two camps, namely the Triple Alliance and the Triple Entente. The Triple Alliance was secret agreement between Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy. The Triple Entente was association between Great Britain, France, and Russia. The defeated country in the First World War was Germany. One member of the Triple Alliance was Germany, and one member of the Triple Entente was France. An organization that was formed after the First World War was the League of Nations. The Second World War started on September 1, 1939. The Second World War ended on September 2, 1945. The Second World War was started by Germany, when Germany invaded Poland. Who was the German leader who started the war? Adolf Hitler. An organization that cooperated with Adolf Hitler was the Nazi Party. Their intention was to rule over Europe. The Second World War was against the Allies and the Axis. The countries on each side were the Allies, Britain, France, Russia, China, and the USA. The Axis, Germany, Italy, and Japan. One of the most terrible events that happened during World War II was the Holocaust. Some of the main battles were Battle of Britain, Battle of Berlin, Battle of Stalingrad, Pearl Harbor, D-Day. What caused the end of World War II in Europe? Germany surrendered after Adolf Hitler ended his own life. Who won the war? The Allies. Which two countries prolonged World War II? The USA and Japan. The war finally ended when Japan surrendered on September 2, 1945. What award was awarded to the armed forces or to war heroes? The Victoria Cross Award. May 8 each year is celebrated in Europe as VE Day, which stands for Victory in Europe Day, as was announced by Winston Churchill in 1945. The organization that replaced the League of Nations after the Second World War was the United Nations Organization, UNO. If this presentation has helped you, subscribe, like, and share with friends.
Healthy Choice Cafe Steamers, grilled chicken marinara, and parmesan is perfect for my GLP-1 journey.
Revision on General Knowledge. History. The partition and exploration of Africa. German annexation of Cameroon. Some of the reasons why the Europeans explore Africa were to trade, get raw material for their industries, spread the gospel, etc. 1. The rush by European powers to occupy territories in Africa was known as the scramble for Africa. I saw with infinite pleasure the great object of my mission were great words spoken by Mungo Park. When Africa was partitioned, Cameroon was given to Germany. The Niger River reaches the sea through a delta. Which two brothers discovered this? Richard and John Lander, also known as the Lander brothers. The European who discovered the source of the river Niger was Mungo Park. Who convened the Berlin Conference? Otto von Bismarck. The Berlin Conference was held in the year 1884. The main aim of the Berlin Conference was to see into the peaceful partition of Africa. The Germans dug road linking some major towns in Cameroon and also built railways. The rush by European powers to occupy territories in Africa was known as the scramble for Africa. The sharing of African land amongst themselves by the European powers was known as the partition of Africa. The country that was not colonized during the partition of Africa was Liberia. Africa was termed a dark continent by the Europeans because the interior was unknown. The Berlin Conference was convened in the year 1884. The aims or objectives of the Berlin Conference was to see into the peaceful partition of Africa. The European power that took the greatest share during the partition of Africa was France, while Britain took the richest part. The Cape of Good Hope was first reached by Bartholomew Dias on the 12th of March 1488. European exploration of sub-Saharan Africa begins with the Age of Discovery in the 15th century, pioneered by the Kingdom of Portugal under Henry the Navigator, who was known as the father of navigation. Henry the Navigator, who explored the upper part of the river Niger in West Africa around 1796 and discovered its source, Mungo Park. Livingstone first stepped foot on African soil was in Cape Town. Who was the chief explorer of South Africa? David Livingstone, 1813 to 1873. Who were the first Europeans to follow the course of the river Niger, and discover that it led to the Atlantic? Richard Lemon Lander and his brother John Lander, also known as the Lander brothers. A Portuguese explorer, Fernão do Po, discovered the island of Fernando Po. The Cameroonians resisted German rule because they use on the people forced labor. Some German antiquities in Cameroon are the Prime Minister's Lodge in Bia, the Bamenda Fort, the old burial ground in Bia, the old government school in Bia, the Botanical Garden in Limbe. The German capital of Cameroon was Bia. The first German governor in Cameroon was Julius von Sudden. The person who annexed Cameroon for Germany was Dr. Eugene Nachtigal. Dr. Nachtigal signed treaties with two Cameroonian kings. They were Kings Bell and Akwe. Someone who was sent to annex Cameroon for Britain came too late. Who was he? Dr. Hewitt. He is known in history as Too Late Hewitt.
I wish you would pay attention to my commands. If you did, peace would flow over you like a river. Isaiah chapter 48 verse 18. Stream.
Of God are filled with water to provide the people with grain, for so you have ordained it. Psalm chapter 65 verse 9.
All the earth bows down to you. They sing praise to you, they sing the praises of your name. Come and see what God has done, his awesome deeds for mankind. He turned the sea into dry land, they passed through the waters on foot. Psalm chapter 66 verses 4.
Beautiful white Christmas.
Back-to-school supplies for kids. Important back-to-school supplies for grade 1 to 8 kids. When it comes to back-to-school needs for grade 1 to 8 kids, here are some important items to consider. 1. School supplies. This includes essentials like pencils, pens, erasers, rulers, scissors, glue sticks, colored pencils, markers, highlighters, notebooks, folders, and binders. Sports outfits. Check with your child's school for a specific supply list. 2. Backpack. A sturdy backpack with enough room to hold books, notebooks, and other supplies is essential. Look for one with adjustable straps and pockets for better organization. 3. Lunchbox. If your child brings lunch from home, a durable lunchbox or lunch bag is important to keep their food fresh and organized. 4. Water bottle. Encourage your child to stay hydrated throughout the day by providing them with a reusable water bottle that they can easily refill. 5. Clothing and shoes. Depending on your child's school dress code, make sure they have appropriate clothing and comfortable shoes for daily wear. 6. Personal hygiene items. Pack travel-sized toiletries such as hand sanitizer, tissues, and wet wipes to promote good hygiene habits. 7. Technology tools. If required by the school, consider providing your child with a tablet, laptop, or other necessary technology tools for remote learning or assignments. 8. Organization tools. Help your child stay organized with items like a planner, calendar, or whiteboard to keep track of assignments, due dates, and extracurricular activities. 9. Art supplies. If your child enjoys art, consider providing them with additional art supplies like paints, brushes, paint and brushes, sketchbooks, and clay. 10. Face masks. Given that some kids, especially those in the semi-urban and suburbs, go to school in dusty areas, and some kids do various artworks in school, it's important to have a supply of comfortable and well-fitting face masks for your child to wear at school. 11. Other accessories. Remember to involve your child in the process of selecting these items to make them feel excited and prepared for the upcoming school year. You can get all these supplies for your kids right from this page. Check directions below. Dressing for success, creating comfortable school attire for kids. As parents and educators, it is essential to acknowledge the significant role clothing plays in a child's ability to concentrate and succeed academically. While school dress codes often prioritize professionalism, it is equally important to prioritize comfort for young learners. By selecting suitable school clothing, we can ensure that children feel at ease, enabling them to focus on their studies and thrive in the classroom. 1. Prioritize comfort. Children spend several hours sitting, participating in activities, and moving around the school premises. Choosing comfortable garments is crucial to ensure they can move freely and avoid distractions. Look for clothes made from breathable fabrics such as cotton or blends that allow airflow and provide softness against the skin. Avoid restrictive clothing styles like stiff collars or tight waistbands that may hinder relaxation and concentration. 2. Choose breathable fabrics. Incorporating breathable fabrics into school uniforms or everyday attire is key to a child's comfort. Fabrics like cotton or linen allow air to circulate, helping to regulate body temperature and reduce sweating. This not only keeps children feeling fresh and comfortable but also helps prevent skin irritations. Weather conditions. Climate varies widely based on locations, so it's important to consider weather conditions when choosing suitable school attire. In hotter regions, lightweight fabrics, short sleeves, and shorts are preferable to avoid overheating. Conversely, in colder climates, layering options like long-sleeved shirts, sweatshirts, and jackets should be considered. This flexibility allows children to adapt to changing weather conditions and focus on their studies without being uncomfortable. 4. Encourage individual expression. While adhering to school dress code policies, it is important to encourage children's individuality through clothing choices. Allowing them to express their personal style within the boundaries of dress code regulations will make them more confident and content. Consider offering options like different colored shirts, patterned skirts, or accessorizing with scarves or ties. A child who feels comfortable and happy in what they wear is more likely to be engaged and motivated in their learning. 5. Make considerations for physical education. Incorporating school-specific physical education activities in your clothing selections is vital. Ensure children have proper footwear, like sneakers, for running and participating in sports. Loose-fitting athletic wear such as t-shirts, shorts, or tracksuits allows for a wide range of motion during physical activities. Teaching children to wear the appropriate attire for different activities promotes safety, comfort, and overall well-being during school hours. Selecting suitable school clothing for children is essential for creating a positive learning environment. Comfortable attire allows students to focus on their studies and engage fully in their educational journey. By prioritizing comfort, considering weather conditions, encouraging individual expression, and making provisions for physical education, parents and educators can help children feel confident and comfortable, setting them up for success in the classroom. Remember, a well-dressed and comfy student is an enthusiastic learner. You may want to get some of these things from our list below. Comfortable school uniforms. Comfortable school shoes boys and girls. Comfortable school shoes for girls. Comfortable school shoes for boys. Comfortable school uniform shoes. Comfortable sneakers for school. School clothing for kids. Comfortable socks for school kids. Sports tracksuits for kids. Comfortable sports outfits. Loose-fitting athletic wear. Don't forget to subscribe and be notified when new videos come up.
The stronger wind, the stronger trees. The further sky, the greater length. The more the storm, the more the strength. Good wood does not grow with ease. The stronger wind, the stronger tree. Every flower blooms and beautifies in its own time. When a flower doesn't bloom and beautify, check the environment in which it grows. Fix it, and not the flower. Every flower blooms and beautifies in its own time. When a flower doesn't bloom and beautify, check the environment.
The heart of winter's embrace stands a tree adorned with grace, its branches draped in ornaments bright, a symbol of love and cherished cheer. The Christmas tree, oh, how we hold dear. With lights that twinkle and tinsel that gleams, it brings us together in festive dreams. In the heart of winter's embrace stands a tree adorned with grace, its branches draped in ornaments bright, a symbol of love and cherished cheer, the Christmas tree. Oh, how we hold dear. With lights that twinkle and tinsel that gleams, it brings us together in festive dreams.
The globe is a model of the earth that represents its features accurately. It is a three-dimensional representation of the world, depicting the continents, the oceans, the countries, and other geographic elements. Some general facts on the globe include the continents, the equator, the prime meridian, lines of longitude and latitude, the Sahara Desert, the Amazon forest, Mount Everest, the North and the South Pole, the Northern Hemisphere and the Southern Hemisphere, the East and the West, the oceans, and much more. The fragrance of flowers spreads only in the direction of the wind, but the goodness of a person spreads in all directions. The fragrance of flowers spreads only in the direction of the wind, but the goodness of a person spreads in all directions. Wow, wow, wow. Be good. Watch for deer. Watch for deer is the Wisconsin version of I love you. Watch for deer. Watch for deer is the Wisconsin version of I love you. Roots, trunk, branches, leaves, flower, fruits, terminal board.
Professionals spend 88% of their week on communication. Grammarly is giving you insights to turn communication into your competitive edge. With Grammarly, you'll get the best version of that 88%. Know your score.
When you need to remember, remember Nariva.
We can help you find top credit cards with criteria you actually care about.
Nerds! Get home internet so simple, you can install it yourself. From US Cellular.
Can we stop for food? No, hay comida en la casa.
Akech, amosi ahinya ka geno ni ngima. An benda ngima maber. Something very special has happened. We have a visitor from America.